Hey guys, I have gotten this question a lot about color profiles and printing, and I am not going to claim to be an expert in color profiles and etc. But I can tell you what worked for me in terms of getting your image to display the same way you see it on your monitor and to get it printed the same way. So I shoot in Adobe RGB, and I will link an article that I think is a really good explanation of why it works. It's a wider color range. It's more vibrant, and a lot of professional labs use it. sRGB is standard and universal, but when you save your image, and displays online, if it converts to sRGB, it looks gray, it looks dull, etc. So these are a couple things that I did that helped me with both display and printing. So I shoot in Adobe RGB. It's a wider range. It's like, I forget what they say. It's got 35% more of a broader range in color. And so that helps when you're making edits to your images. You know, you work in Adobe Camera Raw and you want to make changes to the colors and the luminance, etc. So the first thing that I do is I make sure that my camera is set to shoot in Adobe RGB, and it defaults to that anyway. Then the second thing that I do is I make sure that when I go to File, Save As, this checkbox right here is included, which means when I save it, I will embed that profile in my professional printing lab, which I use Simply Color. They read it. If you aren't using a lab that can read embedded profiles, which most at every professional lab should, then you need to switch labs, in my opinion, because you should be able to control which profile you want. You can also create your own profiles, and you can download printing. You can download profiles from your professional lab if they offer that, to make sure everything matches. But I prefer Adobe. I prefer Simply Color Lab, and that checkbox makes sure that when I save this, it's going to print in that color space. Now, the bigger difference is displaying online. When we share online, most displays, especially, just basic web, they're going to convert it to sRGB for us, and it doesn't do a good job of it. It really creates a dull gray green look. So here is how you can avoid that. You go to File, Export, Save for Web, and convert it yourself. If you see here, when I convert to sRGB, it will preserve this brightness and this vibrance because I converted it. It will not be such a huge difference because it's a quality approach to converting it. Where if you rely on some website, Facebook, or if you've ever had like a company download your images off social media and put them on their website, which they shouldn't be doing, but they do, you'll notice your images look green and gray, and this is why. So if you are sending over images for someone to use on a website, do this too. So you'll go to save it at your JPEG, quality 100, convert to sRGB, and then image size down here, and then you can save to I hate how it's old school, but it is legacy. So then find where you would save it, and then you'll have your bright, vibrant colors display because you converted it rather than allowing someone else. Another bonus thing that I'm going to share with you is if you want your images to be sharp when you share them on social media, you obviously want to reduce the resolution so people can't go and print your images. So if you go to image size, which I just did Control-Alt-I is the shortcut, and you change it to 72, you will usually get a number that falls below the Facebook 2048, which is fine. Use bicubic sharper to reduce your image and keep it sharp. So now you know how you can keep it sharp, how you can keep the colors the same, and how you can also make sure your printer has it. Now, I've used WHCC, I've used Miller's, I've used Simply Color, And Simply Color, I did tests with all of them, and I just really preferred Simply Color because their metal prints are incredible. I don't work with them at all. Their metal prints are incredible, and their colors are match, and that is all we want as artists, right? We just want everyone to see what we saw on our screen. So another important component to this I should mention is calibration. Make sure that your monitor is calibrated if you think the colors are off. You can get tools to do it online, and you can work with your lab to make sure until it's calibrated. And once it's calibrated, take these steps, and then that should help you. And again, not claiming to be an expert. I'm just telling you that I struggled with this for a long time. And when I took these steps, and one more thing, where is it? Color settings. I also had to make sure that I had my settings here at North American General Purpose. The sRGB profile was selected to this. And then preserve embedded profiles. So I should have started with that maybe. I don't know. But these are the settings you'll also want to include. And I will put these screenshots in my educational group so that you have them to reference. So if you're not part of my educational group, I'll link it here in the description so that you can try this and see if it helps you. Until next time, stay enchanted.